something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
21.
'Tis episode 21 today. And, welcome back. And we're going to do a little anime battle in the spirit of March Madness and brackets. We are doing an anime bracket.
Yeah.
You probably won't see some of your favorites on here. And that's okay. We had to go based off of what all three of us have seen. And some are newbies to the anime world. Mainly one newbie.
Yeah, we have all stages. We have like a newbie, an intermediate, and then like a
expert
kind of.
Not really. I'm just like
okay, what's the step down from expert? Like
I'm like an advanced.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Like I definitely I haven't seen all of the big three or anything like that. Just I can't call myself an expert.
I don't know if I'd ever see all of the big three because
hey, I got through season 9 of Naruto, so I feel like
it's not Naruto I'm worried about.
One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. After someone told me it's after you get past episode 100, it gets good, and I'm like, heck to the nah.
Right.
I'm not spending 100 episodes of my life on a show that I'm not gonna like.
The first half of every single episode is basically a recap of what happened in the last episode.
Ew.
Yeah, I heard there's just a ton of filler in One Piece.
So stupid.
Yeah.
But
I think you can literally look up people have algorithms to get through it as fast as possible.
They made the fan base made an entire separate show.
Yeah.
To get rid of all the filler in it.
Yeah.
So that it's more bearable for people.
Yeah.
Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I guess that says something about the show that it's good enough for people to take that extra mile to do that.
Yeah, but I think for a majority of people who have watched One Piece and are diehard fans, they started it
that's true. Yeah.
A long time ago, so they probably only binge watched 100 episodes maybe, and then from there on out they were just keeping it up,
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Which is insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
Yeah.
They're still producing episodes.
Yeah.
Because my issue with it was if bro's all great, why it take him over 1,000 episodes to find the One Piece?
True.
Got him there.
Why it taking you that long?
Got him there.
That's true.
Okay.
But to start it off.
Game 1.
We're just gonna go top to bottom.
Yes. And did we mention we're doing this in lieu of March Madness brackets?
Yeah, we did.
Anime bracket.
We sure did.
Okay. Sweet.
She totally said it in the spirit of
Apothecaries v. Tokyo.
And I think it's also important to mention that the numbers that usually have no meaning.
Yeah,
they are.
This is just a random organization.
Randomized it. Yep, exactly. Yeah,
because that would require us to basically rate them in order to do it.
Yeah, and then we would have already had our winner.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're two totally different shows. Let's start there.
They are
totally different shows.
And they're both great in different ways.
They are.
You're in love with the Apothecary Diaries right now.
I am in love with the Apothecary Diaries, but I will say this. So I'm in love with the Apothecary Diaries, but I feel like I like more of the action and monstery kind of anime more.
Yeah. I think I did say to give a synopsis and you didn't.
Say huh?
A synopsis. What is Apothecary Diaries? What does it entail?
Oh my gosh, yeah, please explain it. It's such a weird one to explain. I feel
odd. It's random. It's
kind of
I mean, okay, so you could go look this up.
It's like the behind the scenes of Real Housewives.
So only people who watch The Real Housewives would get that, I guess. But
I don't even know.
Raised up under an apothecary in ancient China, ends up in the palace of the king,
Yeah.
and she tends to all of his concubines.
High concubines.
And gives medical aid to most of the people there.
Yes.
And there's always a little
learns things
detective
along the
mystery in
way.
each one.
Yes. And there's a mystery man that continues to be a mystery after every episode. Yeah.
Are we talking about a mystery romance?
But that was like, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yo, okay, so I just finished the first season of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler for anyone who hasn't, it's not really that much of a spoiler, but
Those
like
are
the
weird.
very end when she like went up to do her dance for the one,
Yeah.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then he's like carrying her back, and I thought they were gonna kiss for a second.
And then they don't.
They were so close. And then she's like, "Can I get my B whatever it is,
Yeah.
Bezor?" And I was like, "Girl,
But
read
yeah,
the room."
it's tricky. She has an obsession with poison and
She
ingesting it.
does.
Yes, she
There's
has that
like
obsession, and then like making new things and stuff like that. And like to her, like he's just another guy. Like she's not
Yeah.
obsessed with him like everyone else is, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, she doesn't know the truth behind him. Like she just sees him
A
as like
lot
an
of people
older
though.
I think she knows but doesn't want to
to
admit it.
admit it. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good
She
point.
probably, yeah. She
Has an
easily
inkling,
could.
but
Yeah.
doesn't actually care that
I mean,
much.
she does have an inkling. She's
Yeah.
said she has an
That's
inkling, and
true.
then she goes,
She says,
no, that couldn't be
Yeah.
true.
She likes to ignore things sometimes.
yes,
Which is fine.
It's
But there's
not a
like good
priority for her.
comedy in the show.
Yes, she's hilarious.
So I liked it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Whereas Tokyo Ghoul is like, go ahead, Sully.
Dark and broody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you follow the main character of Mr. Kaneki Ken.
I think you guys already know who I'm gonna choose, as Kaneki Ken was literally a screensaver on my phone for like a year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, I'd probably be going with Tokyo Ghoul for this round.
Yeah. I mean, it has the action, it has slice of life vibe as well. And like
Slice of life.
Yeah.
He goes through so much.
He does. So are we in
like
unison?
you can vibe with.
It's Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just
I think
a great watch. And it's like this whole like idea of like different doesn't mean bad or evil.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, it definitely has a racism aspect to it almost, because you have the ghouls and you have the humans, and then Kaneki Ken is half of each. And so it's like
us.
Not by choice.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we like it so much. We can relate.
We can relate. We're half,
Yes,
not by choice.
To be...
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of half though, like I had brought up like yesterday at work or whatever. I don't remember how the subject came up, but I'm like, only white people like really like Elf. Oh, because someone had brought up The Office. I'm like, that's just like white people humor. I'm like, I never got behind that. Like, I never watched it. And I'm like, kind of like Elf. If you actually like the movie Elf, you're white. And then we were going around, and there was this one woman who was like a temp who was helping out, and she's black. And I'm like, do you like the movie Elf? Like trying to prove my point. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you half white? And she says, no. And I'm like, oh, so you're a coconut. I'm like, you're brown on the outside, but you're white on the inside.
Yo.
She thought it was funny.
Okay, good. Glad she found the humor.
She laughing because it was so awkward and offensive. She didn't know what
else
to do.
No, she really thought it was funny because like I had asked her, and then I had asked another person who is Venezuelan, and I'm like, do you like the movie Elf? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, you're a coconut and you're a coconut.
You didn't ask if they were adopted?
I know the Venezuelan is not adopted. I don't know about this.
That's funny.
But yes.
Oh, this next one is gonna be hard, bro.
It's
These are
so hard.
heavy hitters.
Yes.
These are good
you
ones.
can't-
Like, oh, like I
Solo
love.
Leveling is so new.
Yes.
Like, literally is only on
Yes.
its second season. Hunter x Hunter has been around since the 1900s, I'm pretty sure.
And it's classic. It's awesome. I would honestly
Yeah.
say though, other than the one season that has like 50 episodes, that would just
The
be the one
Chimera
thing
Ant
that holds
arc.
me up. Yes, that's like the one thing
Yeah.
that holds me up on giving
Just
it like
drags.
a lose.
It's like
Yes,
It
if they
does.
had made it
'Cause it
shorter,
has-
it would have been really good. 'Cause
Literally, it has
really
the best
great.
characters.
Yeah,
oh, it's
like it was
amazing.
Kite.
great. It's
Kite
just
is
yeah.
only
Ah!
in that season.
Don't get me started
Yeah.
on that one.
Like
Don't
they
get me
just
started.
dragged it too long. That's the issue with that season.
And
Yes,
the
that
dude
was
who
the
does like
issue.
the smoke, like
Yep.
man, literally the coolest characters in that season.
Yes, literally the coolest.
I even
characters.
like the
all
villain
of
in
them
it.
elevate
Yes.
over time. It's amazing to see. Like first you think like now they're gonna topple the bad guy, and then all of a sudden like no, the bad guy just unlocked a new level, and like now they're like way above the good guys kind of thing, and you're like, oh snap, now what's gonna happen? Whereas
And
like,
it's-
oh, go ahead.
sorry, no, you go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, whereas like with Solo Leveling, like the one guy just keeps getting better and better, and you're like,
And hotter and
and
hotter.
hotter and hotter, and you're like, Daddy, oh my god, please.
So literally the other day I restarted watching Solo Leveling the first season because I watched it back when it first came out, and then people have been like hopping on the train since the second season came out.
Yes.
And like I was like, oh my gosh, the way he starts out so derpy and
oh my gosh, totally.
But even like, oh my gosh, the scene where they're in the cave with the statue guy in the beginning, where
like the first like 2 episodes,
like when the statue like turns his face and like does the smile thing. I was like, ooh,
so crazy.
The chill.
Because it's literally the same from the. I learned that it's not a manga; it's actually Korean. So it's like a manhwa or something. It's called a manhwa instead.
I don't know that.
But it's still, oh my gosh, it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel a little biased, but
between Solo Leveling and AOT, which we'll get to later, best first episodes, honestly.
yeah.
And Dawn
hands
to Dawn.
down.
Like
Dawn to Dawn
hands
is a good one
down.
too, yeah.
Dawn to Dawn.
JJK as well.
JJK.
Yes, JJK.
All
Oh my
of those
gosh,
have
yeah,
like really good first episodes that hook you
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Like they just grab you.
Yeah.
And you're like,
they hook you
yes.
in, and they really
for AOT,
really
they
do.
really needed to do that because then they get into like logistics and stuff soon after
Yes.
that, and then you're kind of like,
ooh, yeah,
you're frying my brain, but you're like, I'm here for it because I know how
so much
good
information.
it will be. Like I know how good it'll get.
Right.
Because like they hit you with the what is happening, what's going on, what's like the mystery behind the mystery, and then they start explaining stuff, and you're like, this is a lot of information to try to catch up on, but you're giving me answers, so I'm gonna be here.
Yeah. But like for Solo Leveling versus Hunter x Hunter, I think like Hunter x Hunter goes against like the whole power of friendship vibe, you know?
Yes.
Like it's genuinely like these characters work their butt off and will have to go back and try again places, and like you see them get stronger. They don't just magically get stronger in a fight. It's not one of those kinds of things. Whereas like Solo Leveling is very intriguing upon how they did it.
It is.
I don't know if this would technically be called because I don't know. They have different categories for anime, right? And I think this one is technically an isekai, where it's like you're in a different dimension almost. But I guess it's part and part not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is true, because it's like it's basically Earth. I mean, it is Earth. It's just like all of a sudden. And I think the really cool thing is I feel like a lot of shows similar to Solo Leveling is like, oh, this situation started happening like hundreds of years ago, like we've been dealing with this or something. But Solo Leveling is like literally the first episode, they're like,
Boom.
10 years ago this happened.
Mhm.
And it's like, so it's all new to like literally
Yeah.
everyone in that universe. And it's so,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest though, if I had to pick off characters alone, it'd be Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
Like,
that's valid. Because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I haven't seen the new season because I know he has a love interest in the second season. For solo leveling, that is. But like, you're really only there for him in the first season, at least. Like,
yeah,
that's all you're there for.
of course.
Who else?
Yeah.
But he's such a family-oriented man. Like,
Yeah,
he does
I
it all for
love
his
that.
family.
He does.
Guys, I can't say anything, but the second season.
I
like,
probably know, but it's okay.
His mom is in the hospital. They ain't got no money for her treatment. And then he finds a way that he can get stronger just by doing some daily tasks.
Just let's start over with the fact that he was like the weakest of everybody and put his life in danger consistently just so he could keep sending his sister to school and keep paying for his mom's medical bills. Like,
and on top of that, like, I know that he basically like levels up without trying that hard. I mean, okay.
He tries really hard.
He tries really hard, I won't lie.
Yeah.
But like to think how he got the power, like he's literally such a selfless person. Like he was,
but it wasn't
like,
like he was even trying to be. Because like all of them were like, I have a family. I have to go. Like, I can't die here. And he's like sitting there like, I have one too, but like I know how we can all get out of this alive. And like he like sits there and then obviously like he can't really walk on his own. And it's like, yeah.
But like even still, like he recognizes like I can't go, like if I leave, then these two other people can't leave.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, no, you two go.
Yeah.
And like it's just I mean, he's a very selfless person, and I feel like for someone I actually don't know how much I can say. He starts off pretty humble.
Yes, he does.
I think he might gradually not be so humble later on, but that's okay. He has a right to not be.
But I mean,
we love
I think they kind of allude to the fact that it's this power that he's been granted that is kind of messing up with his brain.
Yeah.
Rather than it being him himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like, just watch it, people. Just watch it.
Yeah,
okay?
please watch
like,
it, because I feel like there's so much more. Like there's so many things that get introduced, and it's just like the storylines have not even come close to finish. Like there's so much to happen in the show, and I'm like so excited for what's gonna happen.
At the moment, I'd have to give my vote to Solo Leveling. Just
really.
Really? I love Hunter x Hunter so much. Like
I know.
It's so good.
It is really
good. And
good.
it is one of the longer animes out. Like it is a longer anime, 100 some episodes, and it's like almost every episode was totally worth it though.
Yeah.
And it is really good. And the characters are so great. They are amazing.
They are.
Like that's a show that like there's such a good balance of character and like personality in each character that like the main character almost becomes somebody I cared less about.
Yeah.
I cared more about everyone else.
Yeah.
I cared less about Gon than I cared about like Killua and like Kurapika and
oh my gosh, that's
Leorio was a perfect amount of like, bro, you gotta be kidding me right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a hard one. I feel like Solo Leveling is more the type of show that I would like rewatch and keep watching, and like those types of shows is the type of shows I like more, even though Hunter x Hunter is 100% a masterpiece, and if you haven't watched it, you need to.
You should, yeah. And I think it's also just like how far animation has come since Hunter.
That's a good point.
That is so true.
Solo Leveling just looks so clean and
It
so
does.
like realistic in its own animated way. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. That is true.
We're going with
All
solo
right.
leveling.
I think
I
so.
wouldn't, yeah.
Next
like,
up,
oh no.
Given and
Oh,
Erased. I feel like this
interesting.
is a good
This is
pairing.
a good matchup, I feel like.
Good matchup.
I was like, oh, interesting that these two got paired together. Because they kind of
paired together.
they're not similar shows, but they give
similar
like
vibes. They give similar vibes.
They're both like the same amount of episodes for one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's a good point.
shorter shows.
Yeah, like you could binge watch in one day, kind of show.
Yeah, but
you could
still,
actually
like,
binge
a
watch both of them in one day.
Yeah, you could. So Given is
Would
more
recommend.
of a romance show, though.
Correct. Yeah,
Yes.
very much romance, but still,
Very much.
it's kind of intriguing how they ended up managing to do it because it is romance focused, but it's also definitely like them, just people, like just life focused, you know?
Yeah,
like, their life
100%.
goals and all that. Like, it's not even,
Yeah, 100%. It's like a way better version of Friends. You get the romance within the friend group. You have all their different. Like, I mean, it just.
And the
He has a point.
And the backstory behind the guitar kills me.
She has a point. Plus, it's not all white people.
Yeah.
There's no white.
There's no white people.
But Erased is like.
Erased is so intriguing. Like the concept of it.
I think it was like the first anime I ever watched that had a concept that was like unique. That was like, oh, I've never seen or heard this done before.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
I think good. I think at this point I'd go with Erased.
I think I would too.
I'd go with Given. Sorry. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of those that like it is so heartfelt that it's like comfort.
Yeah.
And it's like the story and then like watching it from the beginning, knowing what's gonna happen. It's like
that's true. It's also just like the character progression of everybody in that show is just like top tier.
It really is. Like, if you're a person who likes to watch things or like see character development,
oh, that's a show for it.
That is the show. Each and every character has a character development. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Like, they're able to highlight each one.
Yeah, they do balance between each character really well, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even though there's only like 11 episodes in a movie.
Yeah, like they do so well.
Yeah, they do. They do. I agree.
And then on that point, then I'm probably leaning towards Given. I might be wrong, right with you with this one, Tilly. Then,
but like honorable mention to Erased here because like if you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yes, please
seriously, it's a good starter too. I feel like
it really is.
Oh man!
Because just in case people don't know what it's about, like this dude is older, and he has this power of sorts, I guess you could say, to almost see what's gonna happen in the future, or like see a situation about to happen, and then can like turn time back so it doesn't happen. He's never been able to time jump for more than like a couple of minutes, I think he says. But one day, a tragic event happens, and he jumps all the way back to his childhood in like first grade or something like that.
Yeah, something like
that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It's very interesting.
Oh my gosh,
this matchup is matchups?
Like, I am not liking any of these, and I'm literally looking down the list, and I'm like, all these matchups suck. All these matchups
are too good.
These two are so good.
And the problem with these two is the fact that Dandadan has like one short season, and like Jujutsu Kaisen now has 2 seasons
that are longer.
Right?
Because both seasons combined would be 4 times the length of Dandadan.
Yes.
And JJK has a movie.
Yeah,
that's true, bro. But Dandadan.
But I do feel like
The
I do feel like these
intro.
two are similar.
The intro
Yes,
goes
they are
The
similar.
hard.
intro, yeah.
In case you guys
So
remember that
hard.
from one of our previous episodes. If not, go watch that
Yeah.
episode.
Ah.
Oh my
But then
gosh.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yo,
Ugh, it's
talk
so
about
good.
characters.
Talk.
I love so many of the characters.
Talk about if I could be an anime character in an like in there right away, and everyone's my boyfriend.
Talk about
That's how that would go.
knowing how to play with your emotions is JJK 100%.
Rip your heart out.
The manga, whoever wrote JJK, like, has issues.
Yeah,
that they need to unpack.
See a therapist or a few therapists.
Are you okay? Because it's not okay for you to be hurting everyone like that.
Especially this last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That And the worst part is the last season, this second season, so good. The whole thing.
So
Beautiful.
good.
Masterpiece. Love
Tears
it.
your heart out.
The whole time.
You never started watching the show, and yet you want the next season to come out right away.
Exactly.
Like literally though. That's exactly how it leaves you feeling.
Yeah. And like literally for more than the first half of the season, you're like, yo, this is good. Let's go. Let's keep going. And then at the end, you're like,
stop.
Hold on.
Back
Hold
it up.
on. Whoa.
Back it up.
That's too far. That's too far.
Like there was a line. We were towing it. We were going, and you went way too far over. You bulldozed the line. But then, like Don, great comedy. Great comedy.
Yes.
And like peculiar storyline too.
Yeah,
that
unique
makes you
in its
like,
own way, yeah.
Where's this next episode gonna go? Like, where are they gonna go from here? And you're like,
yeah, you have no idea.
This is crazy. And then like everything ties together, which
and the art
doesn't
style.
feel like it.
I do like the art style of it.
I love the art style and grandma. I love me some grandma.
That just sounds weird.
Sorry, so weird. I love the grandma. She's a vibe.
Yeah.
She's a vibe. But
these both have great first episodes too.
They do.
Oh man.
And like both of the cliffhangers we've been left on, like the first season of Dandadan and the second season of Jujutsu, like
are crazy. They're both
insane.
They're insane, and they're
not
like,
on a cliff.
I need the next season.
No, we're not.
We're in outer space, like about to like.
I was gonna say, like I'm suspended, like
right.
I'm like
without like a helmet or anything. Like, what's going on?
Yes. The both of them made me wish I hadn't found out about these shows until after the next season had come out.
Honestly.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because oh my gosh.
But honestly though, with that, I think I'd have to go with Jujutsu because just with every finger gives me Solo Leveling vibes, but also like where's this gonna go? Like I know where this might end up because like that's what they said at the beginning, but like at the same time, like how is he going to manage it all, and how cool is he gonna get? And and every time someone tries to hurt him, and then they like snap and like see him, and they're like, he's like, "How dare you touch me?" And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
And
so then I think I'd have to go to Jujutsu Kaisen.
I think some of the funniest scenes in both of these animes.
Yeah.
Like JJK, bro, like the most recent season when he's like, you don't run until I tell you to go.
Yes! Yo.
As there's a meteor falling on
right.
Yes.
Which is just, it shows you literally the power that literally people are so scared of him more than dying by a giant rock falling on them. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like in their head, they're like, I have a better chance of outrunning this rock than me trying to run now because I know he's gonna kill me immediately. Like I'm not even gonna take a step and I'll be gone.
No, and then he's just there like, not yet.
It's just
not yet. Oh, that scene goes so
it's JJK
hard.
for me. It's JJK for me.
Totally.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Donadon, but if you were paired up with anyone else, it would probably have been you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donadon would have
But
won
Also,
pretty much any
mind
other
you,
one.
JJK has one of the most the backstories. The backstories
Yeah, that's
Yes.
are
a good point.
so. It's another painful thing,
It's
honestly.
Gut wrenching. Oh my
Like, oh my
god.
Heartbreaker.
gosh.
But yeah, that's a good point.
Like, people
Great point.
think that Full Metal Alchemist, not that anybody's here has seen it, Brotherhood specifically, I haven't seen it either, guys. Don't worry, I'm talking about myself
okay.
as well. Yeah. Like, you end up finding out that this dude turned, like, his child or something like that into a dog or something. Yeah. And people are like, that is so effed up. That's so effed up. And I'm like, some of the things that happen in JJK, though, bro, I'm like, what the?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
okay,
yeah.
this next is going to take almost no discussion.
Oh, yeah, there's no discussion here.
Demon Slayer.
To everybody out there that is a fan of Seven Deadly Sins, have your own opinion, but you're wrong. Okay?
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I liked watching the show. Would I go back watch it again? Probably not. Would I go back to watch Demon Slayer like 10 times over? Yes, I would.
Okay, because here's my thing: is the storyline in Seven Deadly Sins is good. It's wonderful.
It is.
I love it.
It is really good. Yeah.
It's just the way that Elizabeth and what's his toes, Meliodas. Like, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say about, oh, it's a curse, but no. Unacceptable. Should not be allowed. Is disgusting. If you think that's okay, go to a mental hospital. Because I'm like, no.
Oh no.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say the least.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to give a shout out to Seven Deadly Sins only because it was the first anime that I actually watched, and it got me drawn in enough to want to continue to watching anime. So, and it's literally only gone up from there. So,
both of our starter animes.
Yeah, it was.
And then we were both like, we're done with anime. If this is what people watch, I can't do this. And then we had seen the live action Death Note.
Yes, and we were like,
and then we found out, because we were like, this story is not complete.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up and it was an anime, and we're like, do we try it? And then we did, and we're like, oh my gosh, if this is what anime is, I am all in.
Yeah.
So just find a show that's right for you, honestly.
Yes.
Right.
But I will say, like, Seven Deadly Sins was definitely like my gateway into like more of the action and stuff. Because at first it had been like Death Note, which was like not really that much action, I feel like, compared to other ones that we watched.
No.
And then like there was Erased, and then there was like Promised Neverland and stuff like that, which were all like
solid more mystery
shows.
like
yeah exactly. And like, and so so then like watching Seven Deadly Sins, I'm like, oh my god, I actually really like all this like action
fight scenes and
and like the glow ups of elevating their powers and whatnot. I'm like, I'm here for this all the way. So I will give it a shout out for that.
Okay.
But we can all agree.
But Demon Slayer is just better.
It is better. 100%. It's better.
100. Yes. 100%.
Also a great first episode, actually.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So much happens in the first episode.
So much happens.
Yeah. Demon Slayer is good. Also, the artwork. Beautiful.
Beautiful art style.
Amazing. Amazing.
Like, it's one of those that has the most distinct art styles that, like, you just see the art style. You don't have to recognize the person in it. You're just like, that's Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's just so incredibly detailed too. Like, it's it's actually like the scenes when they do like the tower thing where they think, oh my gosh,
Talk about
the last episode of the last season.
Oh,
bro.
Demon Slayer ended insane.
Huh?
I can't right now, because that's another one. We can add that to what was it? Dandadan and Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
Should have watched it till the next season came out.
The flip, man.
Not a good point to end us on.
Yeah.
Talk about leaving us suspended in space. Talk about leaving us suspended in space.
Like, literally.
Like you're really like, you're there and you're like, yes, get him, get him, and then you're like, we know what's happening. Wait, what happened? What's just you're who? What?
No.
Yeah.
then that's
good.
it. And then it blacks out, and you're like, how does
You're
life
like, hold
go
on a second.
How does life go on? That was what after watching that, I was so mad. So mad. I was so mad. I'm like, how dare they? How dare they leave us floating in space? Oh, yeah. I just needed like a 5-minute intro to the next episode
to see what would happen.
Yes.
No, I can't do a 5-minute
intro.
No, I need more.
I know, but
5 minutes isn't enough.
Answers. I need.
Yeah.
It was too bad.
That was painful. It was painful.
Yeah. All right.
But on One Punch Man and My Hero.
This is another one that's like a long anime versus a short anime so far. It's like One Punch Man is 2 seasons. My Hero's come out with 6, 7. I don't even know how many.
Something like that. I think 7.
They're both superhero ones.
Yes, they are both superhero ones. And where multiple people are superheroes.
Yeah. But One Punch Man is 100% like comedy.
Like hilarious. Like
it's really
LMAO
good comedy.
For real.
Like so funny.
LMAO like the entire time.
Like literally you find out why he's bald.
And wasn't looking at the subtitles. I need to go back. Like
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Like I'm not one to watch pure comedy, but One Punch Man is
there's no doubt action fight scenes, but like
it's
the comedy that keeps you there.
But
yeah. It's 100% the comedy.
Like what is it? Like he's in the middle of a fight and he's like, "Oh, the
supermarket sale."
Sale.
No, he freaks out. He's like, "Wait a minute. What day is it? What time is it? Did I miss?" And he's like, "Okay, never mind. We have to finish this up."
Yes, that was perfect for me. Funny. And it's also like the first time that he gets into one. He like hits him once, and he's like, "Oh, did I like overtrain or whatever?" I'm like, bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Whereas My Hero is like a child who's born without powers, receives powers.
He gets a chance to live his dream. Like it's literally his dream.
But he needs to figure out how to contain this power.
Right. And work with it and like.
And there's some really good villains in this one.
There's some great villains. Oh my gosh, yes. Like really great powers.
Oh yeah.
But
this is
difficult. It is difficult because they're so different.
Mind you, I have not finished either of these animes yet.
I haven't either.
That's a great
But that's okay. I think we've watched enough to be able to judge against each other.
Yes, for sure. Just like, I don't know what it's become now,
Right. I think personally I'd have to go with My Hero.
I think I would agree. Just like based on the fact that like I didn't even know that there was a second season of One Punch Man until recently. And I was like, I didn't feel like it left off on a cliffhanger like that.
Like it didn't really need.
Yeah. Like I was fine without having more. I was like, oh, that was a great like one season watch.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whereas like My Hero is definitely one that's like,
like I need more. You need to give me more than this.
Yes. Especially since I've seen the newest season and so I definitely go with My Hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm making the right choice,
Yeah. You've confirmed it for us, Judge.
Thank y'all. Oh wait, these are so different. These are so different.
Bro.
Wow.
Okay, I think I'm gonna start by just saying AOT is like literally one of the best animes of all time. So
talk about really in on that first episode.
Yeah, AOT's.
I love me some Kakegurui.
Really? I know Kakegurui is good.
Like, oh man,
like every episode,
and it's one of those animes that makes you want to pick up a hobby afterward.
Yes.
It is though.
It is, but also like the fact that this is another long anime versus short anime, not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both complete.
Yes.
Is AOT actually complete?
Yeah, I was about to
AOT
say.
was done.
I
If
thought they
AOT's
were
not
coming
done,
out
I
I'm
thought
with
they
a
were
sure.
movie.
adding on.
I think they're adding a
Oh
movie.
yeah,
They were
are.
just like Hunter
Okay,
x Hunter.
well, what there is of AOT,
I
it should
haven't
be
even
complete.
finished the
It
last
feels,
season, dude. Like,
it 100% feels complete to me.
It
So,
because AOT was one of the ones that like the storyline sometimes felt like it was dragging, but again, they have really good characters.
They have really
like
good characters.
in specific, Hanji, like the commander, the female commander.
yeah,
She is hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah, she
And
is. I like
Levi
their character so much. Yes,
is wonderful.
absolutely.
And all of the Titans and like learning their powers and like all that
Yes,
stuff
I
is
love
very
that part so
intriguing.
much. Yeah. And I think what I love about AOT is like it does feel like it drags a little bit and there's like a lot of information thrown at you, but it's very purposeful. Like everything ends up connecting back to like everything connects.
Yeah.
Like it's just
And I think I almost wish that I like watched it straight through because I think it got really confusing trying to go back to it.
Yeah, and like trying to remember.
Yes. That was hard.
Because it was just like, who am I siding with right now? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
And they
That
just
is
kind of
so
keep watching,
true.
like, what's going on, guys?
Because it's definitely one of the ones where it's like, is the main character really the good person here?
Right.
Like,
You know, honestly, I think I realized I love like TV shows and movies like that, like where you're like, me and Noah just watched a movie and I'm about to ask him what it was called, but it was actually insane because it starts off with you thinking like the main character's a good guy, and then later you're like, oh wait, he's really not. But then you feel that personal confliction because you've already like built a connection with the main character, and you're like, wait, do I want them to win though?
Yeah.
Do I want them to? Yeah.
And like I feel like you could almost say the same about Kakagiri because it's like definitely she does good things. Don't get me wrong.
Screws loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
they all do.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yes. One too many screws are loose.
But again, it's like it's one of those ones where it's like you see all these games being played and you're like, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed.
No. Yes, and it's also like these basic games where you're like, how is this going to be like a competition? Like how is any like you know like
gamble about this? Yeah.
Right, how can you gamble at this? And then like they turn and then they just turn everything and you're like, what? Like,
yeah.
What?
That's true, yeah.
Yes.
My vote's for AOT.
I think so
But
too.
I do love both of
I
them.
love me some Kakagiri.
I do think AOT is the better anime overall. But to rewatch, I would rewatch Kakagiri.
Oh yeah,
yes.
If this is based on rewatching, I'd rewatch Kakagiri. Yeah.
I would only rewatch AOT just to understand the entire plot line better.
Yes, like from end to end.
I would watch it from beginning to end, no breaks.
Yeah.
You know,
No
you know how
breaks.
people say Harry Potter marathon? No, AOT marathon.
AOT marathon.
That's not a one day kind of marathon, but
I gotta take a month off of work, guys. I'm just gonna dedicate.
It's not that long.
No, it's not that long. But still, okay.
They
This
haven't
is a
even
hard
hit 100
one.
episodes. Oh, Death Note versus the Promised Neverland.
Oh,
I mean, both of them are strategy, though. Both of them are strategy.
Both very strategy. Both like based off of characters that are insanely smart.
Yes.
Yes. Literally,
yes.
Yes.
Oh, gosh,
but like
I love
different reasons as to why there's strategy. One of them's like one of them's the same. Like you start with
they're actually the complete opposites.
Yes,
why
they're
there's
the complete
strategy.
opposites. Like one of them's like I start with this character. I like this character, and I really now should I? No, I should not be rooting for him. Should I be rooting for him? But I kind of want him to not get caught. But maybe he should get caught, kind of thing. And then Promised Neverland's like I'm rooting for you to escape the entire time. Like
Yeah, like Death Note's like the main character wants to destroy the world, and
Yes.
Promised Neverland is literally like kids fighting for their lives.
Yes.
Because at first it's like, well, because with Death Note at first he like you side with him because it's all logical. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm
Like-
only gonna kill the worst of the worst, and it's like you're
Right.
like, okay, yeah, you know, I
Like,
guess
okay,
that's fair,
sure.
you know,
Yeah,
sure.
like he starts with like criminals who haven't been caught, or like people
Mhm.
who have like been horrible to other people, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, a little
You're like,
justice,
okay,
maybe not the way it
sure.
should be dealt, but okay, I
Right.
can
Sure.
get behind you,
Right.
right? And
Because
then
it's kind
he
of like
just-
this idea of like, do you let them all walk free, or
yeah,
do you punish them to the worst of the extent, which is all you're capable of doing, you know?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So,
yes. Talk about a screw that gets loose over time.
yeah.
The power,
Yeah.
the power that he feels through each episode just makes him like,
Yeah.
more unstable.
Yeah.
More
Bro
unstable.
thinks he is God, and that's
Yeah.
what
Right.
becomes the issue.
And
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He's brilliant,
So,
though.
he is
He
brilliant.
is.
Dude, the pencil lead, that had
Yeah.
me.
That's not even like one of the most brilliant things he does, but yeah.
No, it isn't. But that literally was like, oh my gosh. What?
Yeah. No, he's insanely smart, and the fact that he thinks so many steps ahead, like,
It's
and
insane.
I love the competition between the two, between him and Elle, because it's like they're
Yes.
both the same. They're both smart. They're both thinking like steps, and
And
it's just like who's thought enough steps ahead.
literally.
It's
Yeah.
And I
literally
love that
that,
they
but then
like
oh, go ahead, Sally.
like they do their back and forth, like especially when
Yes.
they're sitting right next to
Right
each
next
other.
to
They're
each
like,
other.
this
Oh,
is
I
what
love
the other person must be thinking.
that.
This is what they should be thinking, and this is what they should say if they're this person. And it's like,
Yes.
what is happening
Yes.
right now?
Yes. That's literally what
And
I was
it's-
gonna
and
say.
you're just like, oh
When
my
they're
gosh.
working together, and like he has to like be 10 steps ahead to like.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's insane. It's insane.
It is.
Ah!
Oh my
I think I'm gonna go with
gosh.
Death
It's
Note.
like crazy.
I think I'm gonna go with Death Note.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: is Death Note falls so hard, so fast for me.
Yeah.
Like
I hate the
those-
ending. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
the ending falls
The
off
ending is
so bad
terrible.
for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like
Not
the
that The
premise-
Promised Neverland has a great ending either.
No.
but at least it's something I was satisfied with.
Yeah,
more
true.
satisfied than Death
True.
Note.
Like
True.
I was like, this is the ending I wanted to have happen, kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's not
Yeah.
what I expected to happen, like not in the way I expected it to happen,
No.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
but it's definitely what I wanted to have happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I think I'm gonna go with Death Note
I
personally.
think I'd still go with Death Note. Yeah.
I just they're both I don't know. They're both good. They're
They're
both
all
really
the same.
really good, thought out
Yeah.
stories.
They make you think the entire time.
Except
They
for
really
Death Note
do.
at the end.
Bro,
is
and the
like,
Promised Neverland, like at first you don't even know what's happening.
right. You're like, what's
No,
going
not
on?
at all.
You're like, what's going
Yeah.
on? Why is this an anime? Bro, what?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they drop a bomb on you and you're like,
Right. And you're like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. So true.
I think when I first watched it, I was like, that feels really random all of a sudden. But
Yeah.
then like
it's not,
it
it's
all
like,
plays out like really
It
yeah.
does.
No, it's
It
really
does.
good.
I think I agree though. Death Note is probably better
Yeah.
overall.
Okay.
I would rewatch both of them, but
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
They're back at
rewatch
the
both
top?
of them. They're short enough to rewatch.
Gosh.
Yep.
What the flip?
Guys, I feel like
This
I
is
need
like-
to tap out now. I need to tap out. I need to be done. I can't keep doing this. Like to be comparing everything like this, solo leveling. But
Yo, this is a hard one. Oh man, these are both so good.
Because
Oh.
again, it for me it goes back to the fact that honestly, in both of these animes, you're mainly watching for the main character.
Yeah.
In Tokyo Ghoul, there's a few side characters
Yeah,
that
there's
you're
a
more like,
few.
oh, okay, yeah.
But
Ugh.
mostly Connie. Gosh, this is a hard one. Oh.
I don't know.
can
I
go
feel like it's
either
harder
way.
for. Oh, okay. Because I was
I
gonna say I
really
thought it was
could.
harder for like. I don't know. It's like. Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Tokyo Ghoul was so
This is
good.
Tokyo Ghoul was so good. So good. And I
It's
feel
like
like Solo Leveling is so good too, but it hasn't like reached like
Exactly.
the
Seen the new season.
peak of its stuff yet. That I feel like
there's
once that
still
stuff
so much
comes, it
more to
might.
come for
Yeah.
solo leveling.
Yeah.
Like in the long run, I would see solo leveling probably being the better
Yes.
anime, but
Yeah.
where it's at right
But where it's
now,
at
I
right
would pick
now, I
Tokyo
think
Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul.
I think I'd agree
Yeah.
with that. I'd agree with that.
Oh
Gosh. The
Jujutsu
pain
Kaisen,
that
I feel like
feel-
that's a hands down.
yeah.
Correct.
JJK. Yeah.
Okay,
We don't even
no
need to.
explanation needed. And then
No.
Demon Slayer, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would choose Demon Slayer. Yeah.
I would have to.
Yeah, like no questions asked.
Okay.
Oh.
This is where we're gonna struggle though.
This is a struggle.
This is hard for me because for me it's like AOT is good, and I think I got bored of it at one point.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And so
I
it's
think that happens
really
to everyone, though.
hard for me to say hands down I love AOT because I got to a point
Yeah.
where I was like, can this show be
Yeah.
over? Can it be
No,
over?
same.
Can we like
Like
wrap it
same.
up?
I was like, why is it still going? Like,
Can
can
I
we
get
just
the
end
Cliff
it at
Note
this point?
version? Yeah.
But
Literally.
you're like so invested you can't stop.
No,
Yeah.
right. Whereas like with Death Note, it was like something at every turn. I'm like, I have to keep watching this because
Yeah.
what is he gonna do? How's he gonna hide his
Right.
tracks? Like, how is this one gonna like catch up?
But
Like,
again,
you
that
know,
kind of goes to the fact of the length of the show. Like AOT is what, like
Yes,
5
that's
seasons,
true.
and Death Note's a single season. So it's like
But Death Note isn't short, is my thing.
No.
no,
it's
it's like
not.
just under 40 episodes or something. I mean, yeah, it's not short. Oh gosh, this is hard.
Yeah, there's
You
37
know?
in
Oh
Death
my
Note.
god. I don't know. This is really hard, actually. I love
Especially
both
because like
of their
with both of them,
shows.
you like go back and forth on like who you're rooting for.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, with AOT, it's less back and forth and
Less
more
back
just
and
like
forth. Yeah, but more like you're
yeah, it's
transitioning
more like
Yeah.
oh wait, actually, am I rooting for you anymore?
for the right one. Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
I think just for the sake of like it was my first anime, I think I'm gonna go with Death Note.
Okay.
See, I was gonna pick Death
nostalgia.
Note just because of like I always felt like I didn't understand what was going on all the time, but like I understood what was happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I didn't understand like how someone might have gotten somewhere until they explained it in depth.
Yeah.
But I knew
Yeah.
where the plot was. Whereas with AOT, I was like, you know, we were at point A, but now I feel like we're over in number 2. So what happened? How'd we get there? How'd we switch?
True.
How'd we-
Yeah.
That's
how'd we-
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like sometimes with AOT, it felt it was going slow, and then at random times it was like a
Just
time jump, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on a second.
And it really sometimes it really felt like, did I miss an episode? Like, did I fall asleep or
Mhm.
something? And it is like
Yeah.
you go back and you're like, nope,
nope.
I'm right where I left off.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
True. That is true.
Yeah. I'll just be lost for a little bit.
Literally
All we
though.
can.
Yeah, and you kind of just keep going until they
Yeah,
explain
until
enough
you
that
get
you're like,
back up.
Oh,
that's
I
what
think they
must
can
have
connect the dots.
happened.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
connect the dots, but then you also have to like remember from when you weren't getting it, like what was happening then. And try
Yeah.
and and like try to bring it all up to speed. Yeah. So I think Death Note. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
I
no.
don't like this, guys. Why did we do this to ourselves? Why did we do this to ourselves?
See, these ones give like the most similar vibes.
Yeah, they
almost.
do. That's what's so hard about this one right now.
Because they both have like the same amount of like episodes, I'm pretty sure at this
Mhm.
point. Because
Yeah.
Tokyo
Yep, I
Ghoul has
think
like 3
so.
seasons and JJK
Yep.
has like the 2.
2 plus
Yep.
the movie.
Plus
Yeah.
the movie. Yeah.
And I think Tokyo Ghoul's seasons were shorter, so.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh,
The only
this
reason I
is
would
hard.
go JJK is because of how they left us on that last season.
Bro's just
I'm too
pressed.
bitter.
She is.
But it is completely valid.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
And it's like
Guys,
Tokyo
I don't
Ghoul,
know.
like it's like it started off so like terrifying, and then it was like, oh, cute,
Yeah.
sweet, he's managing to cope with it, and then terrifying again. And it's like,
Yeah.
what the flip, man? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, you untraumatize him right now. What is wrong with you guys?
Oh, when he gets the white hair, and I'm just like,
Yo,
It's always the white hair
Bro.
characters.
Literally.
Always the white hair characters.
And then okay, and oh my gosh, was Tokyo Ghoul crazy? Because
Yeah.
you thought it would have ended after the second season, but no,
Mm-mm.
no,
No.
and we can't say anymore because Chadron hasn't seen the full thing.
True.
Otherwise, I would drop a spoiler, but I won't do it. Oh, because
Gosh,
what
this
the
is
flip,
hard.
man? What are these options? Can I pick C? Like,
seriously. Can we choose both?
both are correct.
All the above.
I will say I like Jujutsu Kaisen's humor.
That's true.
I do like
And
that.
I like more of the characters in
I like
JJK.
more characters, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Did it with my eyes
It's
closed.
painful.
it is so painful. Did you do it?
I did.
Yeah,
I
she
did.
did.
I'm
We're
the
on
next one.
Demon Slayer versus Death Note, and she's already picked
Okay.
Demon Slayer.
Okay.
They're just different
They are different.
in good ways, but I
They
do agree
are.
that Demon Slayer is just better.
It
is
is
just better.
My one pet peeve with Demon Slayer is, and you guys know this because every time I'm like, guys, this season is boring. What are you talking about?
Yes.
The first parts of the seasons just like
slow.
it's long buildups, I feel like. Or
Yeah.
it feels like long buildups. They may not literally be long, but they just feel so drawn
Literally,
out.
it's like a few episodes where they're like getting you into this next season, this next arc, and then you're like, oh
Yeah.
crap, everything's happening now. What's
Yeah.
wait, where, why?
And it
No,
all
please
comes
don't.
crashing
Stop.
down.
It's just
Yes.
I think that what's so hard about it is like every season ends like insane. Like it's just like you come off of this high and then you go into the next season and it's always like you feel like you're starting
It's
back at
slow,
like
yeah.
a very slow kind of walking pace and you're like,
Although
no, I
I
want to
don't
go
think this
back
next
to
season will
that.
be like that. I don't think this
Wait,
next season will be like that.
is
bro.
it a season or is it a movie?
The next
I
one, I
almost
don't
wanted
know.
to-
Right,
I
they're
think they
making
I
might
like
make
almost
a
a
want to
movie.
say I
two-party or
saw it on
something.
Crunchyroll that it was like
Yeah, I
it's
think
gonna
they're
be
doing a
out or
movie.
something.
I forgot about that. Well, that means it's not going to be slow.
Well, no, it's not slow because of the way they left off the last season.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's not going to
Yeah.
be slow no
No,
matter what.
no,
If it was
yeah.
a season or if it
But
was
also,
a movie,
it's
not gonna
like
be slow.
it's one of those animes that it's like they don't take you somewhere without explaining how we get there. Like
Mhm.
you go through every single day with them practically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They show
Maybe that's
you
why it
them,
feels
like,
so long.
maybe that's why.
like, they show you the training behind it, like how they're
Yeah.
getting stronger. Like they
Yeah.
show the recovery days once they get
Yeah.
injured. It's not that they're just
Yeah.
magically better or like
No,
whatever.
Right.
like you see the highs and you see the lows. You see
Exactly.
the
They
progression.
have to
Yeah.
ride it out with them, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
No.
like,
And that's fair.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. It's I think that's my one thing with Demon Slayer that I'm always like, because every time I'm like, guys, I don't think I can watch this season right now. It's too slow. It's too boring. And then I watch another half an episode and then it picks right back up. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because
I should've
every
just
single
given it,
time
like-
we literally have to tell her, just give it another episode.
yeah,
just give it
another
one
episode,
more.
yes.
Literally one more, and it gets better. We promise.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with JJK with you,
Yeah, I was
dog.
just about to say that. I was just saying
JJK
the
did that
same
to
thing.
me
With,
too.
yeah, she's like, guys, I don't know what you mean. This is such a good season. And then like she goes,
I
like,
already
oh
know
wait,
her. What do you mean?
what do you mean? Wait, what's happening, guys? Why did that just happen?
I think
yeah,
I
we
have
know. Feel our trauma.
I think I have like a very like low threshold for keeping me engaged. Like I need it like to pick
need
up
to be, like-
quickly.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Immediate
I'm just
dopamine
like
rush.
That's fair.
Because to me, if I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna go through all of this building up and everything, I'd rather read it. Because
Yeah,
I would rather enjoy
which
reading it
also
and
just
like
shows that you would never be able to watch One Piece.
yeah. That's why I'm not gonna watch it. I
Like,
couldn't even watch a full episode of Naruto, so I was like, okay, if I can't watch
that's fair.
Naruto,
Yeah,
I think
no.
it's an
Yeah.
end for me. It's not gonna
But can I
happen.
just say though, with Demon Slayer, like, also, like, yes, they all have their own progression and stuff like that, and it's a great storyline. But every little bit, whenever you forget about it, they sneak in like, remember her sister? Remember his sister? Look at
You
this
forget
upgrade.
about his sister?
No, I don't ever forget about his sister, but it's like look at this casual upgrade we're sneaking in here for you, and what she can do now.
Oh, how
And
she upgrades. I
yes,
do
and
like
how
that.
much that's going to
Yeah.
impact everything. But you don't
Yeah.
know it yet.
No, literally everything.
Literally everything. And you don't know
Literally.
how, and you don't know where it's going to go, or if you're going to like where it's going to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True. Yeah.
Guys, I already see where this is going, and I don't like it.
Oh, it's JJK against Demon Slayer. Oh no! I kind of had a feeling it would get here.
Can we end it at a tie?
No, we have to
See,
choose.
here's my thing though, is hands down my vote goes for JJK.
I was thinking that too.
You think so? Yeah. I think if I had to choose, if both of them came out with a season right now, and I had to choose which one I
yes.
was going to start with,
JJK.
I think I would choose JJK.
I think I choose JJK.
No doubt. No doubt.
Because I know with JJK, I could like whip through that season and like not feel like I'm being let down at any point. Like I'm gonna be like boom, boom, boom every episode. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Whereas like with Demon Slayer, I can be like, okay, like I know it's gonna get there and I know it's gonna be really good, but I'm like, I think I can wait. Yeah, I would go JJK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it comes down to side characters, honestly.
It
There's
does.
Yeah, it
there's
does.
so much more screen.
There's so much more.
Like there's just
We got
more
it.
room for characters in
Ugh.
JJK.
It's
Boom,
beautiful.
JJK wins.
Oh my gosh.
So if you've taken anything from this episode, whether you've watched anime, you haven't watched anime, whether you actually have listened to this episode or not, just go watch JJK. Go watch JJK.
Yeah, every
Go
single
watch
person
JJK.
out there
You
who
won't be
hasn't listened to
disappointed.
this episode, please
Honestly,
go watch.
if
Go watch
you've
JJK.
been
And
questioning,
you know what? I would even be okay if you watched it dubbed. Just go watch it. I hate that I'm
you
saying
take
that
that back
now.
right now.
Yeah,
I hate
Take
that.
that
I
back
hate that I'm
right
saying
now.
that. But
No,
think
you
about
take
it.
it
Think about
back.
it for
No,
all the
take it back.
people.
Take it back.
Think
Take it
about it
back.
for all the people who
If
haven't
you
watched.
cannot put in the effort to read some subtitles,
seriously,
you don't deserve anime.
you don't. You really don't.
Fair.
It's a
Okay,
Go back
privilege
to
to
your
watch
laziness.
anime.
Go back to your Keeping Up with the Kardashians, whatever the heck you watch. I don't care. Just know anime does not deserve you. You can go watch Criminal Minds though. I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Love
Criminal
that
Minds.
I love
show.
me a Criminal Minds episode.
So good. Ugh, so good.
So yeah.
Guys,
But
that's
yeah, and if
actually
you've been
crazy.
looking for an anime to watch, maybe consider Here You Go. Or if you're starting out and you're like, I
Yeah.
don't know what to watch, we've
Mhm.
given you a little synopsis of each and
Yeah.
every one of these.
All
so
16 of these shows are good. Like,
Except
except for
me.
actually all 15 of these, I would not include Seven Deadly Sins on the list.
yeah, I wouldn't either.
That was a filler. That was a filler.
But everything else, definitely worth your time to watch at some point. Like,
Of course.
there's not a single one on here that I'd be like, you don't really need to watch that.
Yeah.
Go
Oh, for
watch
sure.
them.
And like every single one of these, if episode 1 doesn't grab you, by the end of the first season, you're hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like hardcore at this show.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
My only thing is,
Yeah.
if you never watched anime before, please don't start with Don to Don.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too weird.
That might not
to
keep
start
you.
Dawn to Dawn.
Yeah, because
It's almost like you watch Black Mirror and you start with the first episode of the first season. And you're like, huh? Why would I watch this? It's kind of like that.
Aren't you supposed to start the first episode of the first season?
No, you don't have to.
I think the whole point of it is you can watch whatever you want whenever you want.
Exactly.
But that has nothing to do with Dandadan. I'm so confused.
No, it does.
She's saying it's like that. It's
I'm
like
saying
if you were
it's
to
like
watch the
that.
first episode of Black
Mirror.
It'd be like watching Dandadan as your
Dandadan
first anime.
as your first anime.
Oh,
It's like
got you.
it's like is this like this is
Got you. You're like,
because
what is
even
going
you
on
guys
with
were
it?
questioning me because I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I watched this show and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
You guys need to watch it too.
Yeah,
Plays the
that's
first
true.
episode and you guys were
We're
like,
Soltron, are you sure?
We're like
I was like, please guys, just give it a chance. At least get
other
to
than the
intro.
intro had me hooked first. The intro had me hooked
Yes,
first.
yo, that went so
and
hard.
then episode 2 came around and I'm like, yeah, I'm all for this show. I'm all for this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was such a good intro. Ugh.
It is such
Mind
a good
you,
intro. Bro, do you think they'll keep
so-
it the same for the second season?
I
think
doubt
they'll
it.
keep the same song, but they might. Oh, no, please tell me they'll keep the same song.
I really doubt it. Like, it's so iconic.
There's nothing that will go that hard. Is my problem.
It's also
Like,
like
literally,
they
it's
sounded on in the intro.
It does, but
It's
like
the
I don't
only
I don't
anime
think
I
so.
watch the intro every single episode.
Yes.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It just
Literally
goes
though.
so hard.
And like, so the people who made it, they're called Creepy Nuts, which is kind of on theme for the anime, ironically.
It sure is.
Because whenever it flashed up during the intro, I thought it was naming the character that was on the screen at that point.
Oh yeah.
Until I like actually looked into it and I was like, no,
No.
that's just the music producers got it. Okay.
Yes.
Yo, that's wild.
In the show that I was telling you guys about, Marshall, I think, they make the intro Mashal. It might be Mashal because the main character is Mash.
Athena.
Oh, okay.
Mash. I don't know.
Athena.
And they make the intro for the second season of that show. And honestly, that one goes hard too.
So they just need to keep making the intros, is what I'm hearing.
Okay, but then apparently, there was a manga artist or an anime producer, somebody, right, was like, oh my gosh, I love these people's music or whatever. And so they reached out to them and asked if they could make like a show that was inspired by one of their songs. And so that show's called like Call of the Night, and it's a newer show. And so they're like, yeah. And they have like a cameo in it as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was a very exciting, at times stressful episode.
Yeah.
But
it's so difficult.
Now we know that we all love JJK.
JJK for life.
Yeah.
But not like the weird people who love JJK, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a disclaimer. All the fan bases in the making of this video we are not a part of. If they're weird, just don't associate it with the anime. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, everyone have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah, and a great week.
Yes, and a great week. Last week of March. And we'll see you all next week.
First week of spring.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week.
Peace out.